say anything goes, but a lot of things do go on, mostly when we're not on the air. Nort Johnson is with us. He is the Director of Community Marketing for the city of Faribault, and he was just telling us a very cool story. Want to share that with our listeners,
Well,
Nort?
you wanted to hear, well, I travel back to my old haunts every once in a while. I was in the Black Hills this past weekend for what's called the Wild West Singer-Songwriter Festival, which gives me some ideas about revitalizing the old Tree Frog Festival here, because they're very popular. I mean, people will travel to those. The right venues will, and the right timing will allow people to buy overnights, etc. So this songwriter festival is pretty cool. And a couple of years ago at this, there was the fella who wrote "Take It Easy," the Eagles hit, and he performed it for us. I mean, it was pretty neat. Small venue, and this guy who wrote it performing it. And then they tell their stories about their songs, and something I never knew. He originally wrote "Take It Easy" for another star, Jackson Browne, who passed on it. And then the Eagles picked it up and, of course, did just like outstanding with it.
Jackson Browne said, I don't like that song. All of a sudden it becomes a big hit.
Although he covers it. You can actually, if you get out and YouTube it, you'll find Jackson Browne covering the song now. But
virtually everybody has covered it.
Yeah, but he could have had that. He could have had the fame on it. Although I guess he got his own fame otherwise, including, Daryl Hannah was his sweetie for quite a while. That gal from Splash.
I did not know that.
Yep. So.
Well, you got all the information here.
Just finding it all this morning, digging deep. I must have had too much coffee. The brain coffers have opened up a little deeper than usual.
Well, I kind of thought the same. We were going to talk a little bit about the foliage here in Faribault. It's just exploded in the last week.
It's looking good. We had a little meeting out at Windjam's Resort yesterday, and the drive out there was, I got to tell you, I took the long way home from that one. Took about an extra 15 minutes just to get a little more in.
Took the long way home.
That's right.
Or is
that is Supertramp. Take the long way home.
Anyway, John's celebrating his 40th birthday today.
Congratulations.
Went down another 2 years.
It's about the 12th time that he celebrated 40.
Looking pretty good for 40.
But that's pretty nice, isn't it? I was telling you, I'm supposed to turn 57 in a couple of months. I'm going to start going backward, I think.
That's not a bad idea. I know I threw my age out there off the air a minute ago, but we'll leave that alone for now. We'll just say that we've breached the half-century mark already.
Well, I've been done past that a few years back, and there was not a big deal. My hardest birthday was 30.
Really? Any particular reason?
Well, I was coming out of a divorce, so you don't feel real good about yourself when that happens, and I was 30, and it was just a really bad birthday.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Well, it's okay. 40 was a piece of cake,
So how many years backward are we going to go now, and then you'll get to 30 again, and you can have a reload?
I'm just going to keep going backward.
Perfect.
56 this year. In December I'll be 55. I'm supposed to be 57, and I'll just keep going backward.
Perfect. So 25 years, you can have a new 30th, and give it another try.
Let's see, 25 years, that would make me actually 82, and I could be 30.
Nice.
Somehow I don't think that's going to work. I really don't.
I think
anyway,
not.
Mark, we're not here to talk about birthdays. We're here to talk about downtown. Fall Festival was a major success, I understand.
We had a really good Fall Festival this year, and I have to tell you, due to the volunteers that stepped forward and helped out, I don't want to miss anybody. So I'm going to try, though. Jan Roberts with Faribault Insurance and Tara Langevin with the office there handled our new event, which was downtown trick-or-treating. We gave out 250 trick-or-treat bags, and the kids were still coming.
I believe it.
They were still coming. So we handed out another 50 or 60 maps beyond that that were in the bags, and the kids with their adult supervisors made their way around. I think we had 24 or 25 businesses that wanted to give a little treat for the kids, and then also have the parents in. Be able to show off a little bit. Hey, this is what I've got in my store. Thanks for coming in.
We'll get some more details about the Fall Festival. I did a little research. About $7 billion is going to be spent on Halloween this year. $7 billion. We'll discuss that with Nort as well. In AM Minnesota studio, we're having our visit here about
what's happening in the area. We talked about the explosion of fall color before we went to our break. You were telling us about the Fall Festival and how successful it was.
Yes, I think we hit on the whole new trick-or-treating event that had hundreds of kids participating, along with their parents walking around in our downtown district and getting a little treat from the businesses, and then businesses had an opportunity to introduce themselves or reintroduce themselves, so to speak, to those people that came to town. Started out with our kids' costume and bicycle parade, very well attended. That's just a giggle. The kids all dressed up, and there was everything from the most sweet little princess dresses to some pretty scary and gory, kind of the Walking Dead sort of costumes, and everything in between. And the parade was awesome. We had the Kona ice truck did the lead off with the parade with the marching band music blaring. That was very good. And then landed in front of the Paradise Theater, where they had put together spooky basement tours this year. And we had our headquarters set up right in front where people bought their chili contest wristbands so they could go around and taste the chili.
Who won?
Ryan Knott, T-Mobile, won the prize this year. Now there's some, I'll say that around this, it's a very important prize, very prestigious prize, the chili contest trophy, an apron, and a chef's hat. Whether or not he was allowed to serve doctored sour cream.
Who was doctored?
With the chili. Oh, he had some awesome spices dipped into that sour cream. I got to tell you, it was super. So he put a little dollop of that with everybody's tester cup, and people went for that. He got the votes. Now, it was a close contest all the way around with the contestants. I will say that Lori Davies from the coffee shop, second place, and then third and fourth were very close. We also this year, just for funness, added a theme prize, best theme for a booth, and we had Deb Nordquist with the Eagles, who was last year's chili champion. Did not walk away empty-handed, even though Ryan Knott won it. They won the best themed and costume booth, and they were set up in front of Flair Furniture this year. So it was very good times. We had about 300 people tasting chili this year.
Couldn't ask for better weather.
No, outstanding. It was just absolutely beautiful. Downtown can from time to time become a wind tunnel. We avoided that, thank goodness. We had a couple of tents set up and some of the things set up for the kids' games, and they had photo opportunities where with some stove and refrigerator boxes that they were, cartoon figures painted on. They could stick their face through, that classic, pose for the photo thing. It was very good. We had changed the date this year to coincide with the F-Town Brewery's Oktoberfest and grand opening. Turned out to be, I think, kind of a brilliant move, suggested by some of our many volunteers that stepped up and did the work. And I think it paid off. It was really a full and fun day in downtown Faribault. The other items with the kids' games going on, we also had a little bike corral set up for safe bike parking during that event, and for the first part of the F-Town's Oktoberfest event, they had yard games there as well as some bands. It's a good time, and again, we had hundreds of people downtown for a few hours just really enjoying it. So very rewarding to see that happen.
Yeah. Same date next year, you think?
We'll likely the first Saturday. I think that's what we're going to stick with. We had really good feedback on the earlier in the month.
Well, yeah, if you get too late, you could have snow.
Yeah, it would be, that put a damper on it for sure. We talked about how could we move this inside somewhere, and you could move some of the events inside. It just wouldn't have the same feel,
No.
Of course. That parade going around a circle in a gymnasium would be just not the same. I don't know that we'd actually have a parade. I know they wouldn't let us bring the police escort and the Kona truck in a gym. I don't think they would. What do you think?
Never know.
Miniaturized versions, maybe?
That might be a big hit. Who knows?
Yeah. You know, they had their night at the museum, Rice County Historic Society, down at Alexander Park. They had a very, very successful event as well.
Cool.
And I think one of the things that helped everybody is we all cross-promoted. When there's so much going on, you just want to make sure the word's out there. Even if people don't necessarily choose to spend the entire time at your part of an event, it's good that you found them something that they want to do, even if it takes away a little bit from yours, because you might gain a little, or probably will gain a little
Sure.
from the other. The working together thing it's a pretty big deal. We're all Faribault, right?
Right. So you're probably getting ready for the holidays
We are.
downtown.
We're talking hometown holidays. In fact, after our roundup meeting from Fall Festival yesterday, we started jotting down, okay, what's the hometown holiday going to look like? It's coming up. It's right around the corner. We'll have a window decorating contest again this year. We also will have some participation with at least one Santa Claus day or afternoon, and we're looking at adding some. This is sometimes taken in a bad way, but adult themed. I don't mean in like the bad way, adult themed. I'm just talking things for parents and other adults that would let them enjoy our downtown and our Main Street area. We've got some pretty good ideas around that. Planning committee's meeting in the next couple of days, actually, with the first version of the plan, and we'll probably have it buttoned up by next week and start marketing a couple weeks after.
You know, when I was in North Platte, Nebraska, worked in radio in North Platte.
Okay.
North Platte, Nebraska, the chamber had a big, and this was very successful. I was there 3 years. They did it all 3 years I was there.
Okay.
They had a giveaway of a vehicle.
Oh wow.
A local dealership. I don't know if they purchased it at, whatever
Cost
the
or
cost
something.
would be, or if the dealership donated it, because they got mentioned every time, the dealership.
Wow.
And you had to be in the stores and to register for the vehicle. This was a way to get people to come into North Platte and do their holiday shopping. See, their Christmas shopping. And it was a big draw. I'm telling you, it was huge. Of course, kind of a regional area anyway.
Right.
The North Platte.
Well, I think we've got a good population in Faribault and the surrounding communities to make a draw like that. That's interesting.
It's just
I'm going to look that up a little bit.
It did draw a lot of people into town. And then when they made the announcement, you had to be in town too when they drew.
Had to be there. Oh,
so
very good.
It forced people to be in town. You had to be in a participating
Right.
business when they drew the name. I don't know if that's legal now or not. Things might have changed since
I think
we're talking early 80s,
I think it depends if you
mid 80s.
if it's a free giveaway, you can do that type of thing. If you had to buy
Right, and
your
nobody
ticket,
had to buy anything.
yep.
Just
So,
registered.
yeah,
and you
there's
put it in
this-
the boxes of the participating businesses
right.
that were chamber members.
Well, how fun. Maybe we could give away the opportunity to spend a half hour with you on AM Minnesota.
Wow, that probably wouldn't go over very well.
You don't think?
Nah, I don't think you get
I
many.
think we'd get a lot of people entering for that.
Maybe get 5 or 10 people to sign up for that. You want something big, something huge. And that's why
An hour on AM Minnesota?
the last year was a pickup.
Oh, wow.
Nice pickup.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I'm gonna put that out there with our Main Street folks and with the Chamber of Commerce people. See what we can do. If we did a citywide thing of that nature, that wouldn't be bad either.
You
Maybe
draw
not just
people from the
downtown.
South Metro. I'm sure people from Lakeville, Burnsville
Let's give this some.
would be hopping down here to get themselves a new vehicle.
We'll discuss that a little more in committee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a thought.
I like that.
Just thought I'd pass that along.
Very good.
It was successful somewhere else. Maybe it would be successful here.
Sure thing. Sure thing.
I was shocked to see, Nort, that I did a little research on the spending on Halloween.
Yes.
It's down, they're estimating it's going to be down from a year ago by about $500,000. Still be close to $7 billion.
$7 billion.
$2.8 billion on costumes, $2.3 billion on candy, just over $2 billion on decorations,
Wow.
and $350,000 for greeting cards last year, 2014. Those are actual numbers, the ones I just gave you for 2014.
Wow. You know, I know, I mean, from personal experience over the years that Halloween has grown as far as the way people celebrate it. And socially, I don't know why that is. I know that we're a little more apt to delve into the gore and the scary things. And thinking about it, things weren't that scary until you had that first Halloween or Friday the 13th, and it's gone. We've really gone far down that path and have developed quite a fan club for that type of, you know, scary, you know, spooky activity. I suppose that has a little bit to do with it.
Now, I don't know why either. I just know that's a lot of money. Second most consumer spending, second most to Christmas,
I'm
of
sure.
course.
Okay.
Halloween,
Interesting.
by far, is number 2.
Right. I don't know what third do you suppose that's 4th of July or Easter or any?
I didn't go that far. I can search
Okay.
that if you want me to.
Well-
64% of all U.S. citizens participate in some Halloween activity, which makes sense to me. I mean, most people have candy to hand out.
Candy to hand out, or they're got their kids out getting candy, or costume parties, Halloween themed bar nights, things like that, dances, monster balls. Yeah.
I am not the average consumer, by far. The average consumer is expected to spend $78 this year. on Halloween.
78 on Halloween, you know, I wouldn't disagree with that number. I suppose I'll be there right around that by the time you get some candy, and I've got one party I need to go to. I'll probably go buy
Costume?
at least a wig or something to go with it, keep my head warm.
Well, I guess they probably don't make homemade costumes as much anymore.
I've seen a few, and there were, I think there were as many of those homemade costumes as there were purchased costumes in that
Fall festival?
in that fall festival parade. It was pretty fun.
But I just thought that was interesting to note. Huge holiday.
I guess so.
And the reason I thought about this, Nort, I was driving home, 7th Street,
Okay.
last night, and I noticed a lot of homes have decorations out for Halloween.
Spider webs, the flowers, the skeleton, not
Pumpkins
flowers.
out on the porch.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't have to be elaborate,
They've
but
got
there was
something
quite a
going
bit
on.
of lighting too,
Right,
some homes.
right. Wow. I don't do any of that.
Neither do I.
Should I? I'm not.
I don't know. I don't put anything up for Christmas either.
Oh, I see. I like a little bit of Christmas light, a little bit of Christmas decoration. We'll have that. We'll have the window decorating contest again for downtown. I think we mentioned that earlier as well. Busy downtown. I've got. You know, I'm going to. I've got my handy Visit Faribault
Yeah.
website pulled up on my phone, and just right on that front page are the events, and you know that Paradise Theater just really does the job downtown,
It's rocking
keeping
this
something
weekend.
going on. You know,
Literally
we've got
rocking.
Studio Art Tour, South Central Minnesota, 17th and 18th, and then we've got Sound of Simon, October 24th, a tribute to Simon and Garfunkel. October 30th through November 7th, we've got the Merlin Players are presenting Bleacher Bums. So a lot of fun.
This weekend.
This weekend
It's
was.
the British invasion, you know,
Say that again?
down to Paradise. We're having a British invasion.
Right.
You know, rock from the 60s.
Yep. Yep. Lots of stuff. Find their website. They've got it all listed on there too. So, you know, busy happening place downtown Faribault. All of
It is
Faribault,
a
really.
gem.
Pardon?
It is a gem,
Yes.
the Paradise.
Yes. We were out at the Riverbend Nature Center a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I shared that with you yet, but we did a,
One of my favorite places on the planet.
you know, we went out there and did a photo shoot to get what we would consider a close to perfect image of what Faribault is about. So we went out there, our beautiful nature center. We had along with us some F-Town beer. We had some Cheese Cave cheese. We had the Woolen Mills joined us. They've got a heck of a marketing team there. So they came in and actually conducted the photo shoot and helped compose the ad. So we had some of their product in there. It's one of our meetings a couple months ago with the Tourism Commission talked about, what is that? If we're going to capture the essence of, or the message of who we are in Faribault, what's that image look like? And we came up with this, the perfect image of bicycle, nature center, F-Town beer, Woolen Mill blanket, and some Cheese Cave cheese. And so trying to find the best way to put that together, to be able to show off our quality and our craftsmanship and our closeness to nature here in Faribault. I think we pulled it off. And, you'll see the advertisement in the Minnesota Vacation Guide.
So we can add to the town of blue cheese, blankets, and beans, which has been touted before. We can add, we've already got the blankets, we got the blue cheese, the beans, we can use bikes,
and
another
beer.
B word, and beer for the other B word.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think there are going to be 2 fat tire bicycle gatherings down at the Nature Center this winter. We're talking about how we can make sure that we're accommodating those folks that come and visit for that event. Make sure they understand we've got some great lodging options, not just downtown. We've got them, spread out throughout town.
Bed and breakfasts and that sort of
We've got a bed and breakfast right by downtown. We've got a couple lodging properties in the downtown. The inn at Shattuck is right up the hill, and then we've got ours out by the interstate. They're all good lodging options. We want to.
Is the inn open to anybody? I thought it was just for Shattuck parents, but it's for anybody.
The inn is open, absolutely. They're listed in our local visitor guide. You can find them in the yellow pages. So I think they have 14 rooms and a banquet facility up there. It's really quite nice.
So there is room in the inn.
There's room in the inn. Yes, you don't have to go to the stable. You can stay at the inn. So we also want to make sure that we contact these people coming for these events so that they can enjoy our retail product in town. We know that one of our friends that's on a committee, Josh, who's with the SHIP program, shared yesterday, kind of used the term hipsters. And that's sort of the bicycle, craft beer, kind of the trendy crowd. The idea that we're so close to the Riverbend Nature Center with our downtown brewery and our cool shopping products downtown fits really well. It's a good offering when it's all bundled up. We want to make sure we're putting that message out there. So we're making sure we take advantage of those people coming for those fat tire festivals. Riverbend Nature Center, by the way, also has a good website with their events listed. We'll be loading those up onto the Visit Faribault website soon. Busy. So much going on.
Yeah, we share some of that on our website too. Riverbend.
Bet.
Some of the events that are going on up there.
So I didn't catch this week's Falcon game. I know we're kind of sidestepping here from what we're talking about.
Last week. They're playing tonight.
But the Falcons played last week, right?
Right.
And they had a pretty awesome win.
Also,
the record setting rushing.
Unbelievable. He had 6 touchdowns and 333 yards rushing.
That's something. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens tonight.
More good Faribault things. Who are they playing tonight?
They're at Mankato East.
At Mankato East.
We'll have it on Power 96 radio.
Fun.
You're on KDHL at the BA game.
Got it.
They host St. Clair out of Bruce Smith Field.
Okay. Well, that'll be fun.
Beautiful place to watch a ball game.
Isn't it? And I think, this fall weather, you get that, dig out your old Packer robe from the woolen mill.
Sure.
Right? They're making those again?
Yeah.
They're packing, those were awesome. Mom and Pop each had one. Dad's was a green plaid one, and Mom's
in red or something.
Yeah, and they were always in the trunk for when we were doing ball games. Pretty handy devices.
And you need them a lot in Minnesota.
No doubt.
Not just the fall, but those baseball games in the spring.
Correct.
Get out them blankets.
Correct. And you can still use it as a nice fanny pad, regardless of the temperature.
Yeah, my mom used that to kind of
Yeah.
cushion things when she was driving.
Cushion things.
I remember that.
Perfect. The air, and you know, I'm just thinking, my mind is in this, you know, evening football air, and that's the kind of air we've got going on right now, doesn't it? It just tastes good. You're outside in the evening right now.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Fantastic. And
Hopefully they'll serve that at the VA game tonight.
that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
We've got that here too.
Yes, we do.
You know, orchards.
I got my Honey Crisps last week. They're gone. I have to go get some more between what I eat and give away. Fantastic product. We got several orchards around town, of course. Make sure you get out and get those apples and get them tucked away in a nice, safe place for, you know, I don't know what the perfect temperature and humidity is. There's certain spots I know in the basement that do well. Otherwise, the crisper in the refrigerator, they're good for weeks and weeks. So, of course, if you bake them up in a pie and
Now
freeze
you're
the
making-
pie,
you're making
now
me
they're
very
good for a long
hungry.
time.
Apple crisp. My mom used to make the best apple crisp.
Nice. I'm getting hungry, Gordy. Don't do this to me.
That's
We got-
okay.
I guess we got a few minutes left.
You can go out and get yourself something to
Sneak
eat.
out and find something.
So again, if you didn't get anything else out of this show, downtown Faribault is the place to be over the next few weekends. The color out, I can't believe how much it's exploded in the last week. If you're one of those folks who goes out and drives and takes a look at the colors, this would be a great spot to stop.
For sure. For sure. So, you know, can't thank you enough for all the time again.
You bet.
Really enjoy visiting.
Always enjoy visiting with you, Nort, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon, but thanks for coming in.
You bet. Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. So stay tuned, folks. We'll give you more details about the holidays that are coming up in downtown Faribault. They got all kinds of great things planned, and if they decide to do a truck giveaway or something, or a car, you'll hear it right here on the
We'll
Mighty
give away
920.
something.
That concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota on KDHL AM in Faribault, Minnesota. Again, BA Cardinals on KDHL tonight. Falcons.